Hello, my name is Rachel Moyer and I'm the Head of Skills Programmes at the Manufacturing Skills Academy at NMIS. I would really like to welcome you today to our session, which aims to give SMEs a helping hand at looking at their skills needs, both now and in the future. Although today's session will be delivered by the team at the Manufacturing Skills Academy, I hope that businesses from all sectors will be able to take on board some useful tips too. If there's one good thing to have come out of the COVID pandemic, it's that the need to invest in the workforce development and training has moved up the political agenda, and quite rightly so. If we don't start to think about how we adapt for future opportunities, Scotland won't be able to reach its full potential. In a recent study undertaken by the Institute of Engineering and Technology, over 60% of the respondents reported that they were currently experiencing a skills gap in their workforce in relation to technical skills. As the world is evolving at a rate of change we've never seen before, without significant intervention, these situations will only get worse. For example, with the drive towards net zero, new jobs will emerge and existing professions will need to adapt. The recent McKinsey report suggests that transition could result in a gain of about 200 million and a loss of about 185 million direct and indirect jobs globally by 2050. That's a huge amount of upskilling and reskilling required. Intertwined with net zero changes is the move to more digitisation, which again requires all sectors to keep up with the technology change to compete. The challenges faced do seem daunting, and as a small business, it can sometimes be difficult to know where to start. There is guidance out there, however, we know from regular engagement with SMEs that this doesn't always reflect their needs. However, future skills need addressing now, and that is where the Manufacturing Skills Academy can help. Today, the team want to give you some information and tips to start you moving in the right direction to ensure your business is fit for the future.
Hi, my name is Jose Hernandez, and I'm the Continuous Professional Development Manager at the Manufacturing Skills Academy at the National Manufacturing Institute, Scotland. Today, I'm going to talk to you about workforce development planning. Developing your workforce is critical to developing and maintaining the competencies and capabilities that you will need to succeed in a very rapidly changing business environment. In this session, I will take you through the process of establishing a workforce development plan and will share some best practice along the way. At a high level, the workforce development plan consists of 3 stages: alignment with your strategy, analysis of your workforce, and execution. The alignment is important because it will help you to make sure that whatever you do will remain aligned with your direction of travel. The analysis stage should tell you what are the opportunities or the gaps that exist within your workforce, and the final stage should be used to plan and make decisions about the specific strategies that could be used to plug some of those gaps in your workforce knowledge base. There are many benefits to workforce development. First, we can attract and retain top talent and build an increasingly engaged workforce. And this will help us to address any issues that we might have with skills shortages. This will lead to improved productivity and new capabilities, which will help us to gain competitive advantage. So it becomes a virtuous circle. Very importantly, workforce development could help us to prepare for disruption. We have all witnessed the disruption that the COVID-19 pandemic has created and the acceleration of the uptake of digital technologies. Now we're considering the potential impact that a transition to a net zero economy will have in our business. But do you know what that means to your business? And do you know what that means for the future makeup of your workforce? Most organizations recognize the benefits of staff development, but in our experience, not all organizations are able to take advantage of workforce development opportunity and therefore realize the potential of their workforce. Some of the most common barriers to workforce development are lack of time, the cost involved in upskilling your workforce, not knowing where to start, and not having a full understanding of the impact of external factors. Does this sound familiar? Does any of these sound familiar? Developing an effective and structured workforce development plan can be a challenging affair. You require time, effort, commitment from key stakeholders in the senior management team, and a lot of critical thinking. So it can be a difficult activity. However, you are not alone. many organizations struggle with this process. The good news is that there are other organizations out there that can provide support to help you advance and make progress with this activity. We will be happy to support and point you in the right direction if we cannot help ourselves. A well-structured workforce development plan is a strategic business activity, and as such, it should be aligned to the organizational strategy and vision. But before we jump any further, let's define the concept of workforce planning. Workforce planning is the process of assessing your organization's current staffing knowledge levels to make sure strategic decisions about your future workforce and help your organization achieve its strategic objectives. It's about defining when it's time to recruit, time to upskill, or time to downsize. As a business owner or leader, you will have a good idea of the direction where you would like your business to go, whether it's growth, new markets, or new product. This should be the starting point for your journey. This goal or vision of the future should be the starting point to help you identify and address any future gaps. It is worth mentioning that any strategy or plan requires continuous revision to ensure that it remains relevant as the world keeps changing. This is why activities like horizon scanning or external exploration are necessary for business success. A good starting point here will be to get in touch with your local higher academic institution or college, or get in touch with one of the many support agencies that are out there. Establishing the key capabilities, drivers, and development areas of your workforce is the next stage in the process. To help us do this, we need to conduct an organizational skills analysis. This analysis allows you to assess the difference between your current state and your ideal future state, and measurement will be key. So we have established that measurement is important, but what should we measure and how? The starting point in this stage is to consider our own organizational performance. And what we mean by this is we need to look at our own organization's performance targets. This will allow us to determine how well we are doing and compare this performance against our future vision. And again, this is where we start to see some of the opportunities for making improvements. To assess your own business performance, we recommend using a balanced scorecard approach, as this will help you to build a more holistic view of your organization. Most organizations tend to look at financial metrics to assess performance, but there are other dimensions that help develop a more holistic view of your business. A balanced scorecard approach suggests that you look at your customer approach, for example, looking at your customer satisfaction. It recommends also looking at your internal processes, looking at how efficient or productive you may be as an example, and looking at your capability to learn and growth. And an example here would be the job satisfaction of your employees. So there are multiple metrics or KPIs within these areas, and having a balanced approach to analyzing your organization will help you to strengthen your workforce development planning activity. The next stage involves comparing these targets against a set of related workforce performance objectives. And this is typically achieved through a competency framework. A competency framework outlines the competencies that your employees must have or must acquire in order to perform effectively at work, in order to help you achieve your organization's strategic objectives. It's worth mentioning that there are different types of competencies, and we're looking not only at skills, but we're looking at how this could build competencies in your workforce, and there are different types. So we can look at technical competencies, leadership competencies, meta competencies, etc. And as well, it's worth mentioning that there is no one-size-fits-all approach. There are many models out there, so you don't have to start from scratch if you don't have established competency framework. Once you have identified a model that suits your organization, it's important that this is tailored to your own culture and to your own workforce. Once we have conducted our needs analysis, we can take this activity further by reflecting on the future needs of the organization. This, as you probably already know, is not a straightforward process, but this could be achieved through scenario planning. Scenario planning helps you to make assumptions on how your business environment could change, and it helps you to reflect on what the future of your business might be under these circumstances. The principle is very simple. If you're aware of what could happen in the future, then you might be better prepared to respond when and if this happens. These scenarios may never happen, but again, thinking about potential futures can help your organization prepare for uncertainty and build resilience. The final stage is execution. So this is the stage where we equip our employees with the necessary knowledge, the values, and the behaviors that we would like them to enact to help us deliver our organizational strategy. Some of the questions that we might want to ask at this stage: what knowledge and skills may be required for each role, and what resources do we have available to develop the required knowledge and skills? And that will help us to start thinking about a plan. It is worth mentioning that developing your workforce is more than training and upskilling in a classroom setting. From our perspective, we want to build an adaptive learning organizational culture. Workforce learning can take many forms, for example, learning through mentoring or getting hands-on experience at the workplace. To succeed with workforce development, it is crucial that you keep your employees, the learners, at the center of any development program by letting them know where, how, and what to learn. Remember that you don't have to do any of this alone. We are here to help, and we'll be happy to support you regardless of the stage that you are in your workforce development journey.
Hello everyone, I'm Kate Murdoch and I work for the National Manufacturing Institute of Scotland in the Manufacturing Skills Academy as the CPD project lead. I'm excited to talk to you today about the rapid growth of the e-learning industry in recent years and the best approach to implement e-learning technologies in your business. Undoubtedly, digital learning is fast becoming one of the most important ways people can teach and learn new skills. The pandemic supercharged this growth in digital learning in the UK for understandable reasons. However, the development of innovative technologies and increased global connectivity were already starting to build a strong infrastructure for digital education to thrive. The corporate sector is showing the most growth and diversity in the e-learning industry, with the majority of organisations trying to navigate away from face-to-face training, such as this, to explore digital alternatives. The demand for digital skills by employers is increasing tenfold, as many companies commit to a digital transition by implementing disruptive cutting-edge solutions. And we're noticing this across a range of sectors, from manufacturing to banking or even medicine. Despite this though, a UK think tank observed that over 12 million people and 1 million small businesses in the UK still don't have sufficient digital skills to prosper in this new digital age. So does online education really offer an opportunity for individuals to access flexible and inclusive learning opportunities? Will it provide them with the tools to achieve their goals and pursue careers in this new digital landscape? Well, to help answer this question today, I would like to discuss some of the benefits of embracing online education and implementing active learning pedagogies in your organisation's training framework. So we'll start with a key one for any business: cost. Results-based evidence suggests that e-learning is more cost-effective than any classroom-based training. Costs are saved by a reduction in travelling costs, next to no printing and distribution costs obviously. It's easier and faster to update training materials, and there are no classroom costs. For example, British Airways revealed that their e-learning programme would reduce training costs by 1.1 million over a 3-year period. Accessibility. E-learning is far more convenient than any face-to-face learning experience. You can access the content from any device: your laptop, your iPad, desktop, and the most flexible option, your mobile phone. And the mobile phone, I may add, is accessible to 95% of UK households, maximising the platform's inclusivity. Another lesson learnt from the pandemic was a demand for more flexible working patterns. Online learning is a very flexible tool as it allows the learner to complete work anywhere, anytime. There's an increased knowledge retention for the learner. Online learning tools have helped students retain up to 5 times more knowledge every hour when compared with face-to-face learning. Paired with this, we're observing an increase in the use of micro-learning. Micro-learning packages up the content into bite-sized, manageable nuggets of information that will help to improve knowledge retention for the learner. It's a more sustainable option for your business. This form of learning has the power to reduce your company's carbon footprint by producing 85% less CO2 emissions than face-to-face courses would, according to a study run by the Open University. It will increase productivity. Employees are notably more engaged when their employer has incorporated e-learning technology into their professional development plan. So the question you might be asking yourself now is, if you don't already, how do you introduce the latest trends in e-learning technologies into your business effectively? Well, the first things first, you will need a platform to host and manage all these resources. This will be a central repository for multiple learning types, from animations to documents to even embedded augmented reality training. A learning management system, or an LMS, is the most commonly used software to support employee training types, such as these. Displaying on the screen at the moment is the Manufacturing Skills Academy's LMS that has recently launched. The LMS allows our learners to browse our catalogue of training materials in digital manufacturing and expand their engineering knowledge through courses on the Internet of Things, additive manufacture, and many other areas that they can search. The learner can save all of their course certificates in their individual profile while collecting awards by using the gamification element on our platform. By using a powerful authoring tool, we created interactive micro-learning elements to capture the learner's interest. For example, clickable components, flip cards, and various other fun assessment types. So once you have your LMS, what are some of the latest digital tech trends you could be implementing that are shaping the future of the e-learning industry now? An increased use of immersive learning experiences. More and more organisations are embracing the use of augmented, virtual or mixed reality to improve the training experience. It has a particularly relevant use case in high-risk industries such as oil and gas or with first responders, as it allows the individuals to experience a realistic version of the work setting when conducting health and safety training. The use of artificial intelligence. AI can facilitate the delivery of a personalised training package tailored to the learner's needs, based on learner interest, skills or training objectives. And finally, gamification. The use of fun, engaging game elements in online training can significantly increase the user experience. So to quickly summarise, today I've provided an overview of the current e-learning market landscape, some of the advantages of using e-learning technologies in your business, and discussed a few of the leading industry trends. I hope you find this information useful, and if you'd like to browse our offering or a learning platform for some inspiration, please visit our site today and use the code CANDO for some exclusive access. Hope you enjoy your day today, and thanks very much for listening.
Good morning, I am Jennifer McDonald and I'm in the Quality, Diversity and Inclusion Project Manager for the Manufacturing Skills Academy. Today I'll give you practical tips for increasing your talent diversity and recruitment inclusivity. The two main areas I'll cover are how to increase and diversify your recruitment pool, and secondly, how to retain the diverse workforce you hire. Research from the Boston Consulting Group has revealed that employees who do not believe their workplace is committed to diversity and inclusion are 3 times more likely to leave than those who do. These practical tips that can be actioned today will support your journey in a more inclusive workforce. Hiring from traditional pathways of recruitment services and online advertisements are limiting to diverse applicants, as specific qualifications and expectations are often included in the descriptions. Scottish apprenticeships have become a great resource for adding talent to your organisation. 78% of employers said apprenticeships help them improve their productivity. Apprentices training can be adapted according to the needs of your business, and apprentices will be equipped for workplace. Skills Development Scotland and the government website have the information and lists of apprenticeship training options. Another way to increase your recruitment pool is by utilising Project Search, who serve young people with learning difficulties and autism. Businesses can apply online to receive a tutor, a job coach, and ongoing site support at no cost to businesses. Stephen Wallace from the NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde says DFN Project Search is an employability programme that is entirely different. It has improved our recruitment pool, an opportunity to recruit young people who are keen to work and make a real difference day to day. DFN Project Search website has the online form to apply. Both Project Search employees and apprentices contribute to bridging social equality. 25% of modern apprentices in 2017 lived in the 20% most deprived areas in Scotland. And only 32% of autistic adults are in paid work, compared to 76% in the UK population as a whole. The following tips will support your retention of a diverse workforce. Using social mobility toolkits. Research in the legal sector had found that while trainees from lower socioeconomic backgrounds are likely to be the highest performers in their firms, they are less likely to progress in their early career and are more likely to move to organisations altogether. The Social Mobility Commission and Sutton Trust have produced social mobility toolkits for SMEs to greater understand their current population and plan for the future. These tools provide questions to include in your hiring process to map the social mobility of your company and actions to take once the data has been collected. These toolkits can be found on the Social Mobility Commission webpage. The Line Manager Training. Chartered Institute of Personal Development have free training for line managers, which include quizzes, action plans, and step-by-step guides on managing a diverse workforce. Research led by the Affinity Health and Work found 5 main areas of skills for managers to adapt to engage diverse workforces and ensure sustainable relationships and development. Another tip is the Social Mobility Pledge, which is supported by over 550 businesses and has 3 key elements: outreach, access, and recruitment. The pledge represents a wonderful shift towards social mobility in the UK and is a strong network who can support you in boosting social mobility. My 6th tip is enrolling in the free Creating a Diverse Workplace training series, which will support organisations to review their practices and increase diversity in their workplace. This course will help take action on equality and inclusiveness in the workplace by helping you create a holistic ED&I strategy that will have a whole organisation approach to the diverse workforce. The series equips you to make steps forward towards more inclusive workplaces which don't require the organisation to make expensive changes after taking part in the series. This is a whole organisation approach, so 3 members of each organisation will take part. A senior manager, HR or involved in recruitment member, and a technical or skills member will complete the course together. Furthermore, as part of this, participating organisations will receive a half-day tailored consultation on improving your ED&I cultures, policy and practices, and organisational frameworks. The sign up for this course is on the NMIS website. All the links to these tools will be available after the presentation, and I hope these 6 tips will support you in your journey towards a more inclusive workforce. Please come and speak to us if you have any further questions. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Greg Cranston and I work for the Manufacturing Skills Academy, one of the core business units at the National Manufacturing Institute Scotland. I focus in business development and I'm often the first point of contact for companies looking to work with us or to access our support. A normal day for me can be pretty varied, but I spend the majority of my time engaging directly with industry to learn about their challenges and helping them access our various skills development programmes and other support services. Before we look at our skills services, I wanted to give a quick overview of NMIS. NMIS is a group of industry-led manufacturing research and development facilities with a network of partners across Scotland, and together we're focused on revolutionising skills, productivity and innovation to help attract investment and make Scotland and the wider UK a global leader in advanced manufacturing. As you can see, the NMIS core is composed of a number of specialist centres administered by the University of Strathclyde. Some, like the Advanced Forming Research Centre, have been around for a while and are well known across the industry, while other areas like the Digital Factory are still under development. We're all soon to be housed in our new facility at Netherton campus near Glasgow Airport, where we'll be bringing together industry, academia and the public sector to support the manufacturing industry across Scotland. Our varied support can be in the form of research, access to specialist facilities and helping to build collaborative partnerships. The Manufacturing Skills Academy sits as one of the core elements of NMIS, and our remit is to support everything training and skills related. Our team here at the MSA is here to support skills development across all career levels in manufacturing, from young people considering a career in the industry through to experienced engineers looking to upskill or reskill. While we might not be able to transform them into superheroes, we can certainly equip them with the right skills to make a difference in the workforce of the future. We're also supporting companies to embrace Industry 4 and help address the well-known productivity gap that the UK faces when compared to our global neighbours. By operating at the forefront of the manufacturing industry, we're well placed to identify future skills gaps and put structures in place to help companies prepare for the future. We're also here to showcase how exciting a career in the sector can be and to encourage the next generation to pursue a career in manufacturing. Our team's well connected to other support organisations, and we're always happy to signpost and make introductions when additional support is required. So, how can the MSA help you? We have a range of services for business to access, including one-to-one consultations. Come and talk to us about your plans and find out how we can support you to move your business forward. We can take you through a digital manufacturing diagnostic to help identify the most important next steps in your digital journey. We offer a range of training through both public or private courses. We have a growing content library of courses available covering a range of digital manufacturing and leadership topics. We can deliver this training face-to-face or via our bespoke online learning platform. We can run consultancy-style workshops on a range of digital manufacturing, leadership, sustainability and advanced manufacturing topics, ranging from digital manufacturing to operational excellence. We can offer individualised learning pathways with access to the MSA Learning Management System. And we can facilitate graduate placements with your business, and depending on the available funding, these can be fully funded. We're currently helping deliver a range of funded placements through the National Transition Training Fund. This programme, funded by Scottish Government, helps candidates upskill and reskill while also helping businesses looking to develop their teams. It's worth mentioning that the majority of these services are offered free of charge thanks to funding support from the Advancing Manufacturing Challenge Fund and the National Transition Training Fund. We'd be delighted to hear from you and learn more about your organisation and discuss how the MSA could help. Thanks for listening to our presentation on bridging the skills gap. If you would like to discuss any of the points you've heard about today, our team will be available to answer any questions during the 2 breakout sessions later today. The first session starts at 1:10 running until 1:55, and the second session is from 3:20 until 4:05. We hope to see you there. Thank you.